Hi, Jamie Cohen here of Cohen and Broche Law Offices. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Diversity Visa Program. Now, have you ever dreamed of living in the United States? As professional immigration lawyers, we can tell you that in most cases, the process is difficult, but there is one exception, which is the Diversity Visa Program, also known as Visa Lottery. This is a program that's provided every year by the United States government, where 55,000 green cards are issued to residents of most countries who actually apply and get selected. The sign-up for this year begins on October 7th and will end on November 10th. And there's no cost to register. In fact, there's actually only one way really to register, which is you use the website from below, which is the official U.S. government website. Now, there's many organizations on the internet that offer to help, and they say they can give you an inside track to qualifying and getting selected for one of these visas, but most of them, frankly, are just scams, and they charge you money because the initial registration is free. Now, there are several steps. The first step, which is the simplest, and that costs, like I said, it costs nothing, is to use the website information from below. It asks general information, things like your name, your birth date, your marital status, which is very important because they're going to ask you who your spouse is. And if you neglect to include the name of your spouse, if you say you're married or unmarried, but it turns out you are married, then you're going to be disqualified. They also ask for your country of birth and, most importantly, your country of eligibility, which gets a little bit tricky because the country of eligibility is, in most cases, the country in which you were born, not where you're living today. So, for example, let's say you were born in France, but today you're living in Germany. Well, your country of eligibility is France, where you were born, not Germany, where you live. You also have to show either that you have a full high school education, meaning that you've completed 12 years of study and you have a high school diploma, or that you have 2 years of work experience in a field that requires at least 2 years of training or 2 years of experience to be able to have that particular position. It's a little bit complicated, to be honest, but in most cases, if you have a high school diploma, you're good to go. The next thing happens is that after you submit the registration in May of 2021, the results of the lottery are actually posted online. If you're selected, it's very important to move to the next steps very quickly. The reason I say that is because the law says it provides for only 55,000 of these visas, but actually many more people will be selected and contacted because many of these individuals are not going to qualify. So you want to be able to get your information in fairly quickly in this next step. It's at this point, after you've been selected, that it may be advisable to seek professional counsel from an immigration lawyer, like our law firm. The reason is you must submit a lengthy online questionnaire about yourselves and your families, and provide copies of several documents such as passports, birth certificates, marriage certificates, and so on. And all of these are submitted to the U.S. government online. Now, while the results are available in May of 2021, no visas or green cards will be issued until October 1st of 2021, and the process continues until September 30 of 2022. After the submission of all the documents, the U.S. government will send the information to the relevant U.S. embassy where you live, and the embassy will schedule you an interview. It's at that interview that your whole family comes with you that's potentially eligible for these green cards. That means yourself, obviously, your spouse, and children under the age of 21. All of them must bring all of their documents, like all the certified documents or original documents, birth certificates, passports, and so on, including, for you, the applicant, the educational information, the original, like a high school diploma, for instance. You need to bring that itself. In addition, and I should have said this earlier, in the original registration process, you and your spouse can apply, can register. So in a sense, if you're married, you get two bites out of the same apple in a sense. So that's great. But when whoever wins, whoever gets selected, the other spouse joins with you with minor children. Finally, at the interview, you also must prove that you will not become a public charge to the United States. What this means is that either you need to provide a financial sponsor from someone living in the United States, or you must show that you have sufficient assets to be able to cover your costs in the U.S. for 1 year. So this is an example of why some people get disqualified, because if they can't prove they're not going to become a public charge, then they will not get the green card. Anyway, that kind of gives you a general overview of the visa lottery process. Again, beginning October 7th, you want to go to that website that we showed you before, the official government website, sign up, select it, and so on. If you're selected, you're welcome to contact us in May or thereafter, and we can help you go through the next process at the website below. Just contact us through that. We wish you good luck in the Visa Lottery program that's coming up. Thank you.